concern yourself with what's a few days ahead, much more than just glancing at it here and there, or do you just usually leave that to a Friday or Saturday when you?
Oh, no, we look at the weather for Saturday from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We have forecast on our injury report, and we look at it daily for our practices. But that's always a concern. I mean, Jacksonville historically is a windy place, you know. I mean, there is chance of rain, so you're always on top of it. But I don't think it dictates a lot to you because you're going to do what you do. I mean, you got to play with whatever conditions. So do they.
I see Rashad Roundtree. They're working as kind of a student assistant. I mean, what does that mean about his future? I mean, is there any new word on that?
Not really. Nothing's finalized yet. We're still trying to get better, but he's helping us out and doing a good job of being out there to help.
With Trenton, I mean, he's dealt with, I guess, a handful of injuries already through his career. What does it say about him that he just keeps coming back from those and continues to play?
He's resilient. I mean, he's a hard-working kid. He bounces back. He enjoys the game. He enjoys the rehab part. He enjoys the interaction with the training staff that he's had spent a lot of time with, and he looks quick out there. He looks like he's got a step back, so that's good.
Why is it that he wears I guess, two braces?
Two braces.
Well, he's got the wraps on like each arm, and I'm just wondering why.
Well, he's had shoulder surgery.
Like, do you have to use two for one?
When you have a sublux in the other one, you do. So.
On Rashad, is that, you say nothing's finalized yet, does that mean it could be a medical
Still trying to
DQ?
come back.
Okay.
Hope to have him back any day.
On that leadership deal, you have an actual leadership committee. Can you explain a little bit how you have the infrastructure that you have set up? You have a group of seniors. I think are they all seniors? Or I know there's some juniors included in that. But you have a leadership committee of players. Is that correct? And they're charged with leading that locker room?
We have a leadership committee, yes. They do a good job to help our team. As far as the makeup of that, that's not public consumption. It's within the team. But they do a tremendous job.
Conditioning wise, how's Reggie Carter been able to come back after the last couple of weeks with his injury? Is he on track this week?
He seems good. I mean, he's running around out there good. He's had a good burst, almost like a sense of fresh legs. Now, he doesn't get so many reps that he truly conditioning because we don't play our linebackers every snap. I mean, they rotate in the game, so he's not like a defensive back that would play 70, 80 snaps. So I don't think conditioning will be a big concern for him. If somebody got injured, it could be, but he's done a good job in practice of pushing himself so he can be conditioned.
Any new updates on Daquan Hawkins-Buckle?
No new updates.
How much can you trace this year's success to being at 85 scholarships? Is it as simple as kind of it makes practices better when, you know, you got, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think you trace it to the fact we've got more fast people. I don't know that it's the number 85. I think the total overall speed of the team has increased. I think the depth of the team has increased. But the part people don't talk about is outside the 85s, the 10, 15 walk-ons that we've been able to really get in here have done a tremendous job, not only from a special team standpoint, Prather Hudson's contributions, Christian Payne's contributions, so many other guys that have been walk-ons on the scout team that give us a great look each day. I think that's what's unique, more so than just the sheer number 85. But it certainly helps to be operating at a full load.
Kirby, I know Florida's had some injuries on the defensive line. What kind of challenges Taylor Bryan and C.C. Jefferson for you guys?
Extremely athletic, extremely fast, faster and more athletic than we faced all year. Very disruptive, vertical penetration guys. Unique skill set that we don't typically face. I mean, you don't see a lot of guys with that explosive power in the SEC, or at least we haven't faced many this year that have that same ability to disrupt plays, which they're very good at.
Jason Stanley, saw him out there today doing a little work on his side. What's he dealing with? I saw him on crutches during the game the other day, and how much has he missed right now? I know you've raved about him earlier this season.
He's got a slight lower leg injury, and we think he's going to be fine. I mean, he's been out there. He practiced some today, did some stuff, and I think he's going to be good to go.
When you're undefeated and winning games like you guys have been, it's really kind of splitting hairs. But I guess one area that hasn't been great this year. Most of the rest have been. Your returns, it looks like you've been really close in the returns game. McColl's been real close, but hadn't really spit any out in either returns game. Do you see? You feel pretty good about what you're seeing there? You feel like you're close?
Well, I don't, kickoff return probably hadn't been what I'd like for it to be. It's been okay, hadn't really had any big ones, but we got a stat on punt return where we're one of the only teams in the country to have 8 or more returns of 10 or more yards. And when you start talking about that, that's what you want. Our goal is to get a first down every time we get a punt return, and we've done that more times than pretty much everybody in the country. You're right, though. We have not had the Isaiah McKenzie, all the way to the house, explosive, really big one, and we have been close. But I'm very pleased with the work we put into it. I actually think we got better, and then we've kind of tapered off because as your opponents see the tape, number one, they scheme you. Number two, they start practicing a lot harder covering because it became a weapon for us all the way kind of through Tennessee. And we've tapered off a little bit since then, and we got to do a good job because Miko is a weapon, and he's got to do a better job. I have been proud of him for his decision making and his ball security, but he's got to do a better job. And when we get him an opening, we need to make people pay.
It's been 2 straight games now with no sacks. How much of a factor is Trenton Thompson's absence on the pass rush, and how much better is it when Trenton Thompson is in there as opposed to when he's out?
I don't know. I think Trenton does a good job for us. Trenton is he's not a natural, he's not a sack getter. He's not just an explosive pass rusher. He's actually better playing the run, chasing things down. He's very athletic. But it's not like he's in there getting a ton of sacks before he was injured. So we've got to disrupt the passer. Some of that is on what we call, and some of that is pressuring. But you got a tough line to draw when you start talking about pressuring guys versus covering guys, and that's a decision we have to make based on the back end and the front end. And we're not a great natural pass rush team. It's something we got to work on.
Coaches have always talked about the top to bottom depth of the SEC making any given Saturday a dangerous game. Given the seasons that you're having and Alabama's having, has it given the conference a different look from your perspective?
I don't really know what you're asking. Are you asking if we're worried about the next game, or if we're giving out? Rephrase it for me. I don't understand.
Well, no, obviously your focus is on the next game, but
Right.
if only you just look at just scores, the results that you posted, the results that Alabama posted seem to be giving a very top-heavy look to the SEC.
Yeah, I don't. We've had a couple of games that ended up the way they ended because of circumstance. I expect every game to be a full-quarter battle, go to the wire. That's what the SEC is. We're way big cut above the SEC. I can promise you that. We're just fighting our tail off to play each week the best we can.
Kirby, how's Malcolm Parrish doing as he's gotten further along away from that injury?
He's getting better. He's practiced better last week and this week than he has in previous weeks, and he's healing. He's getting more in shape. He's getting back more comfortable, getting his hands on wideouts. So he's doing a much better job at improving, and we need him because we don't have enough depth in the secondary right now.
Maybe too early for you to comment on this, but the early signing period in December, is it too early for you to judge how you think that's going to mesh with your, the work you'll be doing in the season itself?
Yeah, I don't know. That's not usually a real busy time of the season for us. That's bowl prep. It's a little bit of a downtime because kids are in final exams. For us, the focus will be on the recruiting aspect and getting those players signed. It's not like we may or may not be in bowl practice then. So
you like
I don't honestly know.
So you like it?
Oh, I'm not ready to comment. I've never been through it. I'm gonna be open-minded about it, and we'll see how it plays out. I think it's gonna be very stressful twice, as opposed to very stressful once.
Last question?
A Florida player said something about anybody can throw a slant, and a reference to Jake Fromm. But honestly, I'm looking at it. You guys haven't dumbed down this offense for him, have you? It appears that he's may even be doing a lot more in terms of shifts and checks and those kind of things.
We're doing what we do. You know what I mean? We're doing what we think works. It's not a judgment decision based on what he can handle or what they can handle. Your offense is limited by the person on the offense that can handle the least. That's not Jake Fromm. It's the people around him. So we don't put limitations on him. We put in what we think will work, what we can execute. Thanks, guys.